For regular videos on ancient cultures and forgotten civilizations, please subscribe.
I'm here at the remains of a temple inside the fort of Vindolanda in England. And this is the entranceway to the temple. It's a temple dedicated to Jupiter Dolichenus. But this is a very narrow entranceway which was deliberately slanted so that when people were going by, they wouldn't be able to see what was going on inside. This is a replica of an altar that was found here. The original is back in the museum. But you can see the god Jupiter Dolichenus right here represented on the altar. Here he is. He's typically shown as a bearded man. He sometimes has a pointy hat. He doesn't have it in this one. And he's standing on top of a bull with lightning in one hand and either an axe or a hammer in the other hand. That's how he's usually depicted, so that's how we know that it's him. Jupiter Dolichenus is called that because the god's name is Dolichenus, and he came from Anatolia. This is a foreign god, but the Romans identified him with Jupiter, so that's why they call him Jupiter Dolichenus. Dolichenus was a weather god, and that's why he's carrying the lightning bolts. He is also a god of metalworking, hence the tool in his other hand. And he was a god whose rituals involved a lot of feasting. That's what went on right here, as a matter of fact. So here we have the dining area of the temple, and it was a raised floor. You can see these pillars here that held up the floor so that it could be heated from underneath by a hypocaust. And this is where they would all feast as part of their worship of Dolichenus. Why I'm telling you this is because it shows how gods often moved around the empire. Here we have an Anatolian god, right? And here we are in England. How did the worship of that god get way up here? Well, it had to do with Gallic troops being stationed here. There were Gauls here, and there were Gauls in Anatolia. And it may be that they brought the worship of this god here. And in fact, the commander of the fourth cohort was a Gaul. And it may be the reason why they decided to build this temple right inside the fort.